CCTV teaser countdown. Thank you, George. Good evening, everybody.
Big up, everybody. Welcome to game 17 of the weekend preview. I'm going to be joined today. My co-cue's my partner in crime, Toto Amma. Toto? There you go.
Yeah,
how's it going, bro? How's it going?
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. Today, just been, training. Went to the gym today. Bit tired, but yeah, I'll get through this Premier League weekend preview.
It's one of them, innit? It's one of them. So yeah, it's going to be a big week. If you're a Liverpool fan, or if you're a Man United fan, it's a big week. This is the one we've been waiting for a long time. I said at the beginning of the season, there's only 3 games. These are the 3 games I really look forward to. The big games for Liverpool. 1, Man United, not because they're a hard team. They're not a hard team. They're not even a good team, but it's historic. If you're a Liverpool fan, your main rivalry is Everton and Manchester United. For me, it's Manchester United. And the other 2 big games, because obviously how good they are, is Man City and Arsenal. They're the other 2 games that are big, but Man United's there because historic reasons. We all know it's because it's historic. So this is the one I'm waiting for. We've done Man City, now we've got Man United. We've got Arsenal next week, so that's going to be a good game at Anfield as well. So they're both at Anfield, so that's in our advantage. But at the end of the day, we're here, and we're going to talk about the Premier League. We're going to talk about the games. We're going to talk about is West Ham versus Wolves, Brentford versus Aston Villa, Arsenal versus Brighton, Burnley versus Everton, Newcastle versus Fulham, Chelsea versus Sheffield United, Bournemouth versus Luton, and I guess at the end will be Liverpool versus Manchester United. So I think Newcastle is Arsenal. Who's Arsenal? Got Arsenal. Yeah, that'll be a good game. Arsenal's got Brighton. So we're going to bring up the scores. We're going to bring them up. I thought we could start with Bournemouth and Luton if you want. Let's start with Bournemouth and Luton. So let's share the screen and we can get going. There you go. Let's start with Bournemouth and Luton. Obviously, when you look at the table, Bournemouth is 14th place with 19 points. And Luton is a little bit further down, which is 9 points. So basically, this is going to be... I think this is going to be a good game. I know it's at the Bournemouth ground, but I'm going to go for Luton. Luton's my team, my informed team. I'm going to go for Luton.
Yeah, so Bournemouth and Luton. Of course, Bournemouth has that really, really good striker, Dominic Solanke. I really rate him, I really rate him. He put in a shift for Bournemouth, one of the, I think, top 5 goal scorer in the Premier League. So, yeah, but look, for Luton versus Bournemouth, Luton I actually rate as well, because they're not a team just to smash up. City didn't just smash them up like that, Luton put in a fight. They did put in a fight, and I got to give that to Luton. And also, Bournemouth is a decent little team as well. Luton's a decent team. So I would like to see these both. This could be the game of the week. You run about football-wise. This could be the game of the week because these are both teams are both similar level. I think both teams are as good as each other. Both in similar position. Probably Bournemouth a bit higher at the table.
Yeah.
Both in similar position. Yeah. And going into this game, if I'm going to go for a score prediction, I'm going to go 1-1. 1-1 draw.
You took the words out of my mouth, bro. I'm going to go for a 1-1 as well. Yeah, if you look at the last results, Bournemouth's past results against Man United, the last 3-0. The beat Man United 3-0. That was 9th of December. Going back again, the 6th of December, they won Crystal Palace. They beat Crystal Palace away. So Bournemouth have been on a little run, And then the 3rd of December, a few weeks ago, Bournemouth drawed against Aston Villa. And that was away as well. So at home as well. Bournemouth beat Sheffield United 3-1. So Bournemouth has been on a good run, I'm going for the Bournemouth win, I think. I'm not going to go for the... if you look at Bournemouth, his last results, look, their past 5 games, they've won 4 and drawn 1. So I'm going to go for Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth is going to win about 2-0. The last 5 games in the league, yeah? The last 5 games in the league.
Bournemouth's in good form.
I think Bournemouth is going to win. I'm going to go for a Bournemouth 2-0. That's what I'm going for. So, the next one we're going to go for is Chelsea versus thingy.
Chelsea versus
Sheffield United, yeah.
My opinion on this, Chelsea versus Sheffield, it's going to be confusing, It's going to be really confusing because Chelsea has an up and down form. One game they can win, they can lose the game week after. One game week they can win, they can lose the game week after. So Chelsea, they have the team round them. No, look, they brought the players that they wanted. The manager brought the players that they wanted. So just why not Chelsea win this game? Because they got the team round them, but it's about how the team works together, And I thought Chelsea were going to do good this season, but I don't know how Man United in front of Man United just having a little bit of a better season than Chelsea because Chelsea just clearly not consistent enough. But I think this game, Chelsea at home, I think Chelsea might win this 2-0. 2-0, I think.
I'm looking at the table where they are. Sheffield United, they're at the bottom, obviously, out there. Chelsea will probably win this. It's at Chelsea, so they're at home. Can have a look at their home form. I'm looking you can see at Chelsea. Look, you can see Chelsea's last results. Not really good, Their last 5 games, they got 3 losses, won 1 and drawn 1. So this is an up and down Chelsea. It's not a consistent Chelsea. So I'm not sure. I think it's going to be 1-0 to Chelsea. I think Chelsea will win, but I don't think it's going to be by a lot. If you look at Sheffield United's last 5 games, they've won 1, which was recently, and they lost 3, and the drew in the 12th of November. 12th of November they drew, so their form is not really good either. I don't think there's going to be a lot of goals in it. I think it's going to be a 1-0, maybe a 2-1, but I don't think there's going to be a lot of goals in it. So the next one we're going for, the next one we're going for is the next one we're going for. Which one should we go for? Newcastle and Fulham.
Let's go Newcastle and Fulham. Newcastle's last game with the Champions League, they got really, really lucky, man. You know, they're putting a shift. Joe Linton scored the first goal, which I personally think that's Newcastle's best midfielder. Some people think it's Bruno Guimaraes, but I think Joe Linton's their best midfielder, man.
I would like Joe Linton at Liverpool.
Joe Linton is a unit for Newcastle, man. But look at Newcastle's form. Last, win, last. So that last factor is 3-2 compared to the win factor. So look, I don't know about this game because Fulham, to be fair, has won their recent games. They won 2 of the last recent games.
Let's have a look at the recent games. So, can you see the screen, Toto?
Yeah, I can see the screen.
So you're looking at there's the record. There's the record there. So you got Newcastle. There's the record of Newcastle. Can you see? So basically, Newcastle's record. Can you see the screen, Toto, that I'm putting on the screen?
I can see the screen.
So look at the results of Newcastle and look at the results of Fulham.
Yeah,
so,
you see that Fulham is an actually decent form because
they're decent, yeah.
As they, of course, they're going to lose to. They had a close game against us, you know. They had a really, really close game against us.
Yeah, they did.
Also going to lose to Villa. Yeah, really, Fulham should have won the game against us.
But I wouldn't go that far.
But we fought back and we were just a better team in the end. But Villa, of course, they were going to lose to Villa. Of course, we're going to lose to us. But they beat Wolves. They beat Nottingham Forest 5-0. Big scoreline. And they beat West Ham. Yeah. West Ham,
they're a decent team.
Exactly. West Ham, they got some decent players in there. You got like Ben Rama, you got Bowen, you got Soucek, you got all those players, right? And really, really decent players.
And Bowen injured though. I think Bowen's injured. I think he's anyway. I'm not sure. I think he's injured.
I don't know. Correct us if you're wrong. But Fulham now is in actually really, really good form, and they've beaten their last teams 5-0. So big scorelines. I don't think they're going to do that in Newcastle. But again, Newcastle has injuries. They have their centre backs injured, and they might be looking for replacements. They got Botman injured. You got all them Newcastle defenders. I think the other one I know is Botman and Longstaff. I think that's one of them for Newcastle.
Yeah.
They're the big tall centre backs that they really need. But yeah, Newcastle, they are suffering injuries and their form is not good. You know, 3 losses, 1 win against
Plus
United.
that, the Champions League now is up, which is that will hurt them. Because at the beginning of that Champions League, Newcastle, actually, if they would have won, they probably could have got through to the. They went from being second in the table to last in that game, just because they lost, and then the thingy got beat as well. What's it called again? Galatasaray, and that put them out. And it was a shame because Newcastle. I thought Newcastle was going to scrape through. I think what done Newcastle was that game against PSG when the penalty, which shouldn't have been a penalty, and Mbappe took the penalty. Remember, at the end, the Newcastle was winning. And then just before in injury time, they got a penalty and it wasn't a penalty. Remember that, Toto?
Yeah.
You remember that, mate?
I do.
Remember that?
I do.
That's when he said, basically, that's what done Newcastle, in my opinion. I think that's what done Newcastle. So we've got comments in there.
No, because Newcastle is now going to go into this game really, really low confidence. They're either going to go in there with a fight or they're going to go
What
in
was that? Come on there. Did you put that on there, did you? Join what?
Is that on Twitter, is it?
Yeah, you just put it on Twitter. I got on mine as well. It says, anyway, let's get back to the football.
I
Oh yeah, let's get back to. He said joined. Anyway, let's go. Let's go back to the football. So, what's your score on this one?
My score, I'm gonna go 1-0 Newcastle.
Okay. I'm gonna go for a Fulham 1-0. I think Fulham's got enough. I think Newcastle is gonna come into this game. I know they're at the Champions League. But some people say, "Oh, they're gonna fight. They're gonna fight," but it can work the other way as well. It can actually wreck your confidence. You just come out of the Champions League. You're nearly through to the qualifying stage. You don't know if you're going to get in the Champions League next season. You're not even qualified for the Europa because you finished bottom of the table. But It could work the other way. It could work. Well, we've got nothing to lose now. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. We're at the Champions League, so it could work that way. And it's Toto.
Yeah, it could,
Yeah,
man.
Toto.
It could.
Yeah.
Newcastle now has to fight for that European spot next season. So So to be fair, they could end up like that for this game, but they have to try something, man. Because if they don't, they're gonna lose out. Because losing that Milan game, now losing this game, they're gonna lose points on the table. So this is a really must-win game for Newcastle in the league. So that's why I'm going for 1-0 Newcastle. Cause I don't think it's going to be a big scoreline due to the Milan game. But Newcastle, I think, is going to win 1-0 on this one.
So the next one we'll talk about is Burnley. Burnley versus Everton. What we said about Burnley versus Everton?
Burnley and Everton, I think Everton's going to win this one because ever since that point deduction, they've been fighting, man. You got to admit, and Everton is looking a different team like I was last season. Sean Dyche has actually sorted out his players. But if you look at Everton's recent form...
There you go. You can see it there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're in really, really good form. And if it weren't for that point deduction, they'll probably be in top 8.
You know what? You're right, You're right, Look at that, man. You're right, man. Last game they had Everton to beat Chelsea 2-0. The game before that, a few days before that, that was Everton beat Newcastle 3-0. And Nottingham Forest, they won away. So basically, the 2 games when they beat Chelsea Newcastle, that was at home. Away, they beat Nottingham Forest away. And then they lost against Man United 3-0, which I was very, very confused about. And Everton beat Crystal Palace away as well. So you're right, Everton are really in form and they're really doing it. And And where are they in the table now? They're not going down, I don't think. I think they're going to escape it. They're 17th.
They're surviving that.
Yeah, they got the points deduction. They're still coming back like soldiers. You're going to give them that, man, but that day it's still the Blues, and that's it. So I've got Burnley. Burnley, it's going to be a good game. It's with Burnley's form not being good as well. Last game, they drew against Brighton. Wolves lost. They beat Sheffield United, but Sheffield United are at the bottom of the table. It's not really big in achievement. They lost against West Ham at home as well. And they lost against Arsenal 3-1. So I'm going to go for Everton 2-0. That's what I'm going for. What are you going for?
I'm going for 3-0 Everton. I think it's going to be that scoreline.
So the next one is Arsenal versus Brighton. This could be a tasty game. Very tasty.
It can be because I think Arsenal are going to go out there more determined. I think this will be like a cup game to them, because if Arsenal win this, they go top, potentially go top. For a night, and then when we beat Man United, then we'll go back on top again. But again, that's force for thinking, But Arsenal's recent form not bad, but of course that loss.
I got no doubt in that game. I got no doubt.
In the
I think it's going to be even worse. It's going to be even worse for United, because of that new stadium as well. Because it's the way it's situated.
I know, because they have
oh dear, me.
A half of quarter of Anfield Road open, but others I have to test obviously for the fans.
Don't matter, it's still an extra 4,000 fans.
Yeah. So Arsenal and Brighton, the favourites are probably going to be Arsenal in this one.
Yeah.
So where's
you
Brighton
never know.
on the table? Where's Brighton in the table?
Brighton are 8th on the table. So there you go. There's their recent run. So it's kind of sketchy still. Brighton, fair play to Brighton the other night against Marseille when they scored in the injury time and they got through to the knockout stages. of now they got through to the knockout stages of the conference. Fair play now to the Europa because there was there was losing. No, they weren't losing. There was 0-0 on the night, and in the last minute of injury time, Brighton scored and got through to the Europa Cup knockout stages. Fair play to them. I watched it. It was a good game. So Arsenal's last form, the last 5 games. PSV, I might include that. That's just for Champions League. 9th of December, they lost against Aston Villa. Luton, they won 4-3. Wasn't really convincing. They're kind of struggling in that game, to be fair. Arsenal beat Wolves 2-1. And then again, Arsenal beat, and that was the other one was Champions League and won 6-0. Brighton's last games. Brighton 1-1 versus Burnley. That was a draw. Brighton won 2-1 against Brentford. They lost against Chelsea. And yeah, so it's kind of, they've had 2 wins, a draw, and a win. Arsenal's had 1 loss and 3 wins. So it's kind of, it's similar form. So Emirates should pepper them. Arsenal should pepper them at the Emirates. But I'm going to play devil's advocate. I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go for Brighton will win 1-0.
I think Arsenal 2-1.
Okay, fair enough. Now, Brentford versus Aston Villa.
So Brentford and Villa. My opinions on this.
2 o'clock kickoff on Sunday.
2 o'clock kickoff. So
On Sunday.
Villa away from home, and of course Villa on that outstanding form. 3 wins, 2 draws.
I know, but people are saying that Villa, people are saying that Villa hasn't got a good away record. But look at their last 4 games. They drew against Bournemouth. Well, Bournemouth were all right. But they said that the away record ain't good. But I think
they haven't got the, when they're at home, they are danger. They're danger zone, man. Every time in that home,
they'll beat Brentford.
15 games unbeaten at home. You know that's a thing.
They'll beat Brentford.
Statement. But again, even though they're away at home, they'll beat Brentford, man.
They'll beat Brentford. They got 2 books for them.
Where's Brentford in the table? Where's Brentford in the table?
Brentford are 11th in the table.
They've
19 points.
10 points.
Yeah, 11 points.
19 points. They've only scored 19 points.
Yeah.
So again, terrible form for Brentford. And of course, Villa. This is
3rd in the table.
Because if Villa wins this, they potentially go top.
Yeah.
They can potentially go top.
That's if Arsenal lose.
That's if Arsenal lose and we lose. That's if we want to go top permanently. But if we want to go top temporarily, they'll hope that Arsenal lose.
Actually, no. If Arsenal even draw,
yeah, exactly.
They're only a point behind Arsenal.
So Villa
if Arsenal draw and Villa say Villa draw, now to say Arsenal lose and Villa draw, Villa go top. So I think they got more goals anyway. So, but we're looking at their last form. Look at the Villa's previous games in the Premier League. Aston Villa won 1-0. They beat Arsenal 1-0. They beat Man City 1-0 back to back, which I predicted both of them on my video, and you did as well. Bournemouth they drew away, and they beat. That was a conference game, and they won that 2-1. So I'm gonna go for an Aston Villa win. I think Villa's gonna win 3-1. That's what I'm going for. I think I've done that on my prediction chart as well. I think Villa's gonna win. I think Villa's gonna 3-1.
I'm gonna go Villa 3-0. 3-0 to Villa.
Fair enough. So the next one, West Ham versus Wolves. Wolves.
West Ham Wolves.
The Hammers. The Hammers. They get it. The Hammer.
If you think about it, right.
West Ham are 9th for the table. Wolves are 13th. Points between them, 19 points for Wolves. And the West Ham has got 24 points. So there's only 5 points between them, really.
For some reason, I just think there's going to be a draw. That's what I just think, because there's two similar teams, and I think they're just both going to cancel each other out. I just don't think it's going to be a big scoreline, either both sides. If you're going to be a favourite, West Ham will probably be the favourites for this one. But again, they're having injuries, and I don't know much about Wolves, but I know West Ham has injuries, so that could affect them. But West Ham and Wolves, it's going to be a score prediction. it'll probably be 1-1 because I think the two teams is going to cancel each other out. I just have this feeling. I don't know what feeling you got, Solar, but I just have this feeling that West Ham is going to draw this one 1-1.
Yeah. I'm going to go for a Wolves win 1-0. I think Wolves are going to win. Let's have a look at the away record. Previous record, Nottingham Forest, Wolves 1-1 against Nottingham Forest at home. 1-0 win against Burnley at home. Away form, they did play Arsenal, lost 2-1. Away to Fulham, lost 3-2. And at home, they won 2-1. And it's away, so it looks like the away form is a little bit shaky. But I'm still going to go for a Wolves 1-0, in my opinion. West Ham's previous games in the Premier League, they lost 5-0 away to Fulham. They beat Tottenham away 2-1, and they drew against Crystal Palace as well. So decent form, okay form for West Ham, but I'm still going to go for Wolves. So that's it then. Last game. What's the last game? It is boom. Liverpool. I'll let you talk about this. I'll let you talk. Liverpool, last game.
Yeah, man, of course we'll have the big statements about this game. In my opinion, going into this game, before I start explaining, I think the scoreline will be larger than 7-0 this time. I won't say it's going to be, I think it will be close to 7-0. I'm not sure it's going to be exactly like 7-0, but come on, at Anfield, look at our last 15 games with Man United.
Beat them
at Anfield. I'm just gonna get them up.
Don't hold back. Yeah, don't be one of these geeks. Yeah, that are holding back because they're scared. I'm telling the truth because they think, oh, maybe Liverpool might lose, and then they get peppered online. Forget it. No one's peppering no one on here. No, this is a safe space. Say what you want on here.
So
this is how I roll on this channel, and this is how we roll on this channel.
So I'm gonna name the last.
Hold on. Let me cook. It's simmering. This is how we do on this channel, okay? This is how we do on this channel. Sorry for interrupting. This is how we do on this channel. You make a prediction, yeah? You make a prediction and you get it wrong. You got it wrong. Who cares? You got it wrong. But where I will always pull you about it if you try and be funny about it, goes, oh, your team cracked this. That's just banter. But if you make a prediction, you make a prediction. If you're wrong, you're wrong. It don't matter. The only way I'm going to pull you about it if you try and rub it in our face, that's it. But you're on here, you make a prediction. Don't be scared. You think, oh yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to win. Because this is what they want. They want you to be, basically, what's that word now? I don't even know the word. But they want you to be insecure about Liverpool going into this game and feel, oh, I'm saying we get beat. No. We're not going to get beat, okay? We are at Anfield. We beat them 7-0 at Anfield last season. And we were at our lowest in 10 years. Our lowest. We didn't even get in the top 4. We were absolutely horrendous. But we still managed to cook United, and United had a better team last season. They had a better team last season. They had a phenomenal home record United had last season. They rolled up on Anfield and we stuck 7 goals up, and very simple. I'm not holding back. I'm going to move it on to you now. That's my little rant.
Well, look, I'm going to name the last 10 games for Liverpool United. The first game was 7-0. 7-0 at Sunday, March the 5th. Second game was 4-0. Third game at home was a draw. Fourth game at home was 2-0. Fifth game at home was a 3-1. Sixth game at home was a draw. Seventh game at home was a draw. Eighth game at home was a win. Then the 9th game at home was a 1-0 win to United. And then the other game at home was a 2-1. So again, they've only beaten us 2 in the last 15. So look at that as a record. And that's when we didn't even have a good team. And I'm naming the 2015 stats. That's 2015 stat. The last 2 games I mentioned when we lost, when we had our 2015 team, are absolutely nowhere. That's when Man United had a far more superior team. But as our team got better, and even though our team was worse in the 2023 season, where we lost 7-0, We won 7-0. Our team was still the worst than United. And the thing is, when it's at Anfield, it's a completely different story. Look what happened. I'm always going back to my point about the Barcelona game, Champions League 2018, yeah? When Divock Origi scored the last minute, when Ronaldo scored the 2 goals, when Trent had that absolutely what a cross caught Barcelona off guard, yeah? That's the Liverpool, and that's what Anfield can do. If, like Gary Neville always says, when you get the fans at Anfield, just leave them be, man. Just leave them be. Don't wake them up. If you wake them up, they'll be shouting at the United. They'll be shouting at the players all game, encouraging the Liverpool players and just slagging off the Man United player, because that's what they're going to do all game. You know, if there's ever carnage, yeah, in this game, the fans are going to be up. They're going to be cussing United fans on the other end on the little pigeon hut they have, yeah, and then they're going to shout at the United fan, and then the players are going to get put off. I don't care what the players are, yeah, about the mindset and all that. If you got over 60,000, going to be about 60,000 people in the stadium, yeah, and we also got Anfield Road, one of the Anfield Road stands open on one of our new stands. What's going to be like next year, next season, yeah, next time we face each other with all of that open? It's going to be a nightmare.
Oh, no.
You know, so my opinion on this game, I think we're going to score 7+ goals this time. Look at Man United's goals. Look at Man United's form. Terrible.
Oh, no.
Losing to mediocre teams. The only teams that probably win is probably lower table. When I mean lower table, I mean lower table, where relegation is like 12th to about 20. 12th to 20th. I think that's probably the teams that only beat. When it comes to like Newcastle, when it comes to Brighton, they lose. Right? When it comes to Newcastle, they lose. Right? So they can't beat the teams who are like top 4, top 5. They're too good for Man United now.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, you wouldn't be saying that about United. But now United is not the same team that there was years ago.
No.
Right? I always think one of their best teams. Yeah, one of their best teams. Well, when they have Rio Ferdinand, Gary Neville, that's when that team was in its prime. That's when Man United was at its best. But now Man United is not a team to be taken serious anymore. Of course, I'll take it serious because they're our rivals, yeah, and rivals can always perform bad on the day. But if you look at our last 8 games of United at home, we've beat United 8 times out of 10 at home, right? So, of course, the other last 2 games was our loss. But that's in 2015. If you look at our last 8 games at home, they haven't not beat us.
No.
So that's my input on it.
Yeah, and I'm looking at our record in the league. Like our last 4 games we've won. Last Man United games they've lost in the league. They've lost 2, drawn 1, and won 1. So if you look at us on the Premier League, we have lost 1. We have lost 1 game in the Premier League since it started. 1. Now, I was watching Sky the other night. I think it was on Sky. And Jamie Redknapp was talking about Jurgen Klopp, how people don't give Jurgen Klopp enough respect. And he very simply said, look what Jurgen Klopp just did. Woman goes, what do you mean? Because he has transformed that midfield in less than 1 season. In less than one season, he's transformed that midfield. He brought the new players in the summer, this year. He brought the new players in this year. So when did the season start? August, September, October, November, December. They have been at that club for 4 months. 4 months they've been at that club. 4 months and about 16 games. And look what he has done with that midfield. Look what Jurgen Klopp has done with that midfield. This midfield that Liverpool's got weren't even supposed to be ready until next season. It was a process. It was supposed to next season. Then we were supposed to be cooking. But he's done it in 4 months. And Jamie Redknapp said this is going under the radar. And you've got to give props to Jurgen Klopp what he's done in the space of a short time.
Yeah.
And that's why he's the best manager in the world. I don't care what you say about your Peps. I don't care about all of them. Jurgen Klopp's the best. When Pep Guardiola went to Barcelona, the team was already there. It had 4 or 5 Ballon d'Ors in there already. Very simple. Went to Bayern Munich, the team was already there. I think it was the best in Europe at the time. Look what Klopp done to Dortmund. Look what he's done with Liverpool. And this is why people always hate on Klopp. Because people hate on Klopp because they know he's good. And all them people that came out and said, I'm a Klopp out, where are they now? All those people that came out and said, Jurgen Klopp out, where are you now?
We're all quiet now.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going for a Liverpool win. I'm going to go for... I think Man United is going to score. I don't know why. I think they're going to score.
Score one.
Yeah, and I think Man United might score first. Just lucky. And then as soon as they score, then that will be their downfall.
Yeah.
The best thing Man United should do is try and keep it 0-0.
Low block.
As soon as they score, that is it. That is it. If they go out and score a goal at the beginning, because you know what Liverpool's record is like with conceding goals. As soon as we concede, we win. As soon as we concede the first goal, we win. And that's been our record. We're the team with the highest, the best stat for conceding the first goal and coming back and winning. So, it is what it is, man. So, I'm going to be heading off now, Toto. I'll let you enjoy your phone. Enjoy your Saturday, what's left of it, of your Saturday night. I'm going to be heading off. We're going to be back on Sunday for the live watch along. Big up to everybody who came along and watched it. You're going to watch it and record. Just smash the like button. Smash the like button. Big up to everybody. Love you guys. Big up the Reds. And before we go, let's put on some Up the Reds. Remember that? Up the Reds. Up the Reds.
Yeah.
And let's put on some music and we're going to head off. And thanks for watching, everybody. Big up to everybody. See you later, guys.
Big up.
Bye.
And hand you down to pitchside LFC TV's Peter McDowell. Thank you, George. Good evening, everybody.
Marco Nunez.